Good evening, and welcome. All our co-hosts that make this call possible, but we couldn't do it without them. And all of you guests and marketers who are stopping in to say hello tonight and brought your friends and your prospects and folks that you wanted to hear how you work your business. To start off this evening, just for 1 or 2 minutes, I wanted to respond to a couple of emails that came in that rather than just send it to the folks that sent it in, I'd like to respond. I'm not going to mention any names, of course, but so you can all benefit from the email and the answer. This gentleman who's working 2 jobs, and he takes care of his 3-year-old when his wife works as a nurse at night, as a nurse in the evening, and he sent me the email that says, I just couldn't get enough time to work my leads this last few weeks, so I've been sending out emails to all of them, and I'm really disappointed. I'm not getting any results. And the answer for this gentleman is, who's a great guy, as I said, do you read the emails that you get? And he says, no, I use the delete button. And I says, well, when you get a telephone call, do you usually give them a chance before you hang up on them? Yep. I says, so where's the lesson here? I got it, he says, okay, and he says, but I don't have time with my wife, at the hospital, being a nurse, and I've got this 3-year-old, and she won't give me 1 ounce of rest. And so, anyway, the answer to that is, as I said, so how many people do you have to talk to on the East Coast? How many do you have in the Central Time Zone, and et cetera, et cetera? And he broke it all down, and there was maybe 8, 10, 11, 12 people, at the very, very most, in any one time zone. And I said, so why don't you just take those 9, 10, 11 people on the East Coast, and at 7:30, dial those 8 or 9 phone numbers, Eastern Time, and see who's home. And if you get anybody to talk to, fine. Spend 5, 10, 15 minutes and see what you got. Then hang up the phone and go spend the rest of the hour with your daughter. And then when the time changes for the next time zone in Central, you got 4 or 5 there, do the same thing. Work 10, 15 minutes, make those calls, go back and spend the time with your daughter. And I'll be darned if he didn't do it and it's working, and he thought it was hysterical because this gentleman's an engineer and he analyzes time and time management all the time. But he gets it. The other email that we had that was interesting is this is a gentleman who is a computer graphics engineer, and he said, I had this lady that I was speaking to, and she asked me what kind of products I had, and so I stopped my discovery, and she was insistent, so I told her about the product, and she says, okay, order it for me. I'm ready to go. Now, this lady told him she wanted to try the product. And this gentleman, being a graphics engineer, basically said, I'll be glad to order it, but I want to finish this presentation first. Does anybody have any idea what happened by the time he got done with his presentation? That's right. He ignored her request instead of saying, I'll be glad to, and ask for the information and get it done. Let her try the product for a week, then call her back and then talk about what he wanted to talk about, and be happy with the fact that he got a quick customer, and then he had a chance to build a relationship because she liked the product and she trusted him, and he threw it away because he was going to do it his way, and he was going to present if it killed him. Now, I'm not going to go into what went wrong there because you already know. But if this has happened to you, think about it. Did you do it your way? Was the opening there to try the product? Did you take advantage of that opening? Establish the relationship, have the conversation with them, see how they like the product, and then maybe ask for some referrals even before you go to the opportunity, and be thankful for the new product user as well as more referrals before you risk going to the opportunity, and by that time they'll answer your calls and you know each other real well. Maybe there's a little trust there. And that trust will carry you over the barriers. Those are the 2 emails we had this week. I hope they helped everybody. Let's go to work. Johanna, can we go first?
Sure.
Okay, Johanna's a dear friend of mine in California. And with your permission, Johanna, we're going to go to work. And as always, I have no idea what you're feeling, what you're going to say, or what you're going to do. Is that correct?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, let me say that again. As always, anytime we work with someone, you have no idea, I have no idea what you're feeling or what you're going to say or what you're going to do, but you're going to help us out here doing this role play so we can make it a teaching thing as well. Is that right?
That is right.
Okay, so we're going to stop once or twice while we're doing this to get everybody involved, to get their thoughts and everything, so we can break it down into little sections, okay?
Okay.
All right, so are you ready to go?
Ready to go.
Okay. Hello, Johanna.
Hello.
Johanna, this is John, and I was giving you a quick courtesy call because within the last day or so, I believe you requested some no-obligation free information, and it says here you wanted to know about earning some supplemental income to help yourself, and is that the case?
That is the case.
Okay. To make you a little more comfortable, would it help you if I said, I promise I won't ask you for any money, I promise I won't try to sell you anything, and I'm not a telemarketer? Would that help any?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious, what have you found so far? Have you had any success? Have you found anything you liked or saw anything?
I'm just getting started.
Okay.
And so you're the first person that I'm talking to.
Okay. How long have you been looking, though?
Not very long, maybe the last month.
Okay. And when you decided to start looking, what was it that got you to this point where you were reaching out to start looking? What happened?
Well, I think I've just gotten really tired of not having the money stretched far enough every month.
Uh-huh.
And I just have kind of had it with that and want to be able to find something that can change that for me.
When you're saying the word stretch, are we talking a little money here or a lot of money?
For me, it's a lot of money, $500.
Okay. So if you could get to $500 a month, what would that do for you?
It would ease the strain a little bit.
Okay. And when you say ease the strain, could you clarify that just a little bit without me being personal?
It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Which do you pay? How much do you pay?
Mm-hmm.
Can you be a day late? Can you make a partial payment and get away with it? That kind of thing.
So, if you were making $6,000 a year working from home, that would pretty much change your lifestyle significantly, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and maybe even a little bit more than that.
Okay.
It would take a little bit of the stress off.
Okay, take a little of the stress off. Would you use all of this for bills, or would any of this be to improve your lifestyle and, give you a little enjoyment in life?
Well, I think then we're talking going over the $500 mark.
Going over the $500 mark. Okay. If you started a business, Johanna, and you were only, starting out with maybe $100, $150 a month while you were learning the business, would that cause you to quit?
No, as long as I could see that it was going to get better.
Okay. And when you say see that it's going to get better, could you clarify that a little bit, please?
That I could see a pathway to more skill and more success.
Okay. And when you say more skill, could you tell me what you mean by that?
Well, I know that any time you start in a job, you've got a learning curve to it. 6 months.
Okay. Are you currently doing anything now?
No, I'm just working at my job.
Okay. That's what I meant. What kind of a job are you doing now?
I am am working in a department store.
Okay.
And, doing some sales work there.
Okay. May I ask how long you've worked in a department store?
About 5 years.
5 years. Out of curiosity, what do you like about your job?
I like working with people.
Okay.
I don't particularly like the headaches when there are returns and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I like being able to assist people when they're, when they found something that they really liked and, helping them get it.
Okay. If there was anything you could change about your job, what would you want to change?
Well, if I had more hours, then I wouldn't be pinched so much.
Ah, more hours. Okay. When you think about doing something that would be yours, that would be your own business, do words like, is it strictly income? Or are there other things in there like being appreciated or being in control for a change instead of working for somebody else? Or being validated or understood or acknowledged or having a sense of security that you're in control of? Does any of that come to mind as you think about what you're contemplating?
Yeah, I would like to be more in control.
Okay, so control is
somebody else dictate, how I'm working and how many hours I can work and that kind of thing.
So while the money is important, control over your own destiny is right there behind you because you would like to have some control.
Yes.
Okay. When you think of the word control, and we put that underneath money, when you look at the whole picture, when you look at the situation, is it the time freedom? Is it being your own boss? What else do you think it is that's motivating you to go this direction you say you want to do?
I'd like to have more control over my life.
More control. We're back to control again.
Control over my life is
okay.
The bottom line.
Okay. When you're looking at doing something, what are your expectations? In other words, what is your criteria? The quality of the company, the quality of the product, or not having employees, or not having to deal with inventory anymore, or the kind of support you have. There's so many things, but what are most important to you?
I hadn't really given that much thought.
Okay.
Because I really don't know much about, what you do and what's available.
Okay. Can we pause right here, Johanna, and do some analysis, please?
Okay.
Okay. All you co-hosts, all you experienced marketers that help us out on these calls, I have a question for you, please. Did you notice that in working with this prospect, we're doing something unusual? And the unusual is that I'm providing her options in the questions that I'm asking her. In other words, like when it comes to her feelings, I'm identifying things like being in control or being recognized or to have the sense of security, to be fulfilled, to be understood. Did you notice that that's something we don't usually do, that I was bringing that into the conversation? And did you also notice when we were talking about what she was looking for in the business, I was making suggestions to see how she would respond with, being in control or time freedom? Do any of you co-hosts have any idea why, when we don't do that very often, why we were doing it with this individual? Anybody want to comment?
She was having trouble coming up with the answer.
Okay, why do you think she's having trouble coming up with the answers?
She's very unsure.
Bingo. Perfect. Okay. Do think it is working at all to help her to give her a little sense of connecting rather than just giving up and quitting?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So the message here is when you have someone that is having a hard time communicating, that it's okay to make these suggestions to let them choose from them, because if they choose from these answers, they're giving you the answers you're looking for anyway. And it makes it easier when you're having some concerns about where is this individual really going. Are they really serious? Do they have the confidence or the self-esteem? Or what is the emotional issues that are going on here that this person sounds, what would be the best word? Unsure? Anybody got a suggestion? Maybe depressed? Any thoughts about that, coaches?
I don't think she sounded depressed. I think she was just a little bit unsure of what she was really looking for.
Okay. All right. I'll accept that. Unsure. Okay.
A little defeated, maybe?
Say that again?
A little defeated?
Defeated. Okay. Do you think we should try to focus a little bit more on why she's unsure, or should we just let it go and keep on going?
I think I would dig a little bit deeper.
What do you think, Barbara?
If you can, without getting her upset.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take your advice, Dana, Barbara, Nora, and we're going to go back to the call and let's see where we go from here. Let's listen to this prospect and see where she leads us. We're not going to lead her. We're going to let her lead us to see if we can find a solution to her problem. Johanna, are you there?
I am.
Okay. Here we go. Johanna, I get a sense in listening to you that you're maybe we're not answering your questions properly, or you're concerned, or you're not sure. Is there something that we need to do to make you more comfortable?
Well, I'd love to just hear, what it is you've got, because I just don't have any idea what I've responded to.
Okay.
And I really don't have any idea of what's out there, that might be able to help me. And I don't know what the parameters are and what I'd have to do. So I think that's what you're sensing in me is I just am really unsure about what you've got and how I could fit into that.
So are you saying if I took this one step at a time and took you through the process and showed you what's expected of you, let you test the product, make sure that it has value and worth to you with no risk where you could get your money back, let you see how the business has worked, let you see and validate the quality of the support, let you talk to other people, even go so far as be able to know how to ask the right questions to make sure the business is legitimate and you're not being scammed. Is that what you are looking for?
That would help. Yeah, that would help.
Can you think of anything else that you're looking for that we've missed?
Well, I really, when I responded, to being able to work from home, I just don't have any idea of what's out there.
Okay. So
I don't really even know what I responded to and what's available.
Okay. You don't know what you responded to. Okay.
I responded to being able to work from home, but I don't know what that means.
Okay. Working from home means exactly what you and I are doing right now on the call. Exactly what we're doing. I returned your phone call, or your request for a phone call. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Have I tried to sell you anything?
No.
Have I asked for any money?
No.
Who have we focused on for the last 5 or 10 minutes?
Me.
Okay. You help people in the department store, don't you?
Yes.
I'm trying to help you to figure out what you want so I don't waste your time. Same thing you do in a department store.
Okay.
So you want to know how I work my business? You and I are working it right now. That's half the job. Now the other half of the job is obviously, of course you want to know what the product is. It's got to have value. But that's real simple. As long as there's no risk, why wouldn't you want to try the product? Does that make sense to you?
If it's something that I'm interested in.
That's right. Are you interested in wellness? That's what you said on the call.
Yeah.
Okay. I represent a wellness product. Do I know whether it'll work for you? I do not. But you can find out without any risk after we discuss it, after you look at it, and after you see whether or not it has the potential to address your needs.
Okay.
Okay? When you say you don't know what to do and how to go there, I have an evaluation tool that, with your permission, I'll send to you that has all of the questions that perhaps you would like to ask but you don't know to ask them, that you can look at that and then we can work together to make sure all of those questions are answered for you to give you the comfort and the knowledge that you're looking for. How does that sound?
I think that would probably be helpful.
And how do you feel about the fact that whether you like my opportunity or not, once you learn how to use this tool, wouldn't it be nice if you could use it for any opportunity that you look at in the future and you'll know how to evaluate it?
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Does that sound like something that would make you comfortable no matter what you look at in the future?
Yeah, because like I told you, I'm just getting started, so
Okay.
I really don't have any idea about what's out there.
Okay. So if I showed you something that made sense and you liked the product, between 1 and 10, how soon would you be ready to go to work to help yourself to correct this $500 a month problem?
Pretty quick.
Pretty quick. All right. And what would it take you to quit?
Well, if the product didn't work for
Okay.
me.
But see, you wouldn't even start the business if that happened. Remember, you want to try the product first at no risk?
Okay.
You don't want to take a risk, do you, Johanna? I mean, in your financial condition...
I don't want to go down a road that and then I can't get out of.
Okay. But in your financial condition, can you afford to take risks?
No, I'm right on the edge.
You're right on the edge. So when I'm trying to show you how to avoid risk, does any of that make sense to you?
Yeah, it's helpful.
It's helpful. Okay, we're going to stop right here. Okay? Now, co-host, do I take this person to the second call or do I disqualify her? Who wants to go first and offer their thoughts?
I would take her to the next call.
Okay, and why?
I think she's unsure of what she wants, but she's definite that she wants some help with something.
Okay.
And I think I'd want to get more information and show her more and see if she's still interested.
Do you have any doubts about whether or not she's doing more than just kicking the tires? And that going into action may be her biggest problem, that she's like a deer in the headlights? Does anybody get that feelings? That feeling?
Yeah, I do. This is Nora.
Yes, ma'am?
Yeah, she's still just real unsure and like a little kitty cat sitting in the corner scared to death.
Did you hear anything from her that showed confidence?
No,
Okay. Not even in herself?
not really.
Okay. All right.
I missed it.
I missed it too because I didn't feel any confidence at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Anybody else would like to comment?
This is Vanessa.
Yes, ma'am.
I think I would take her to the next call because she is uncertain and she's unexperienced. I think that's just probably a little bit of why she's reluctant. But I think upon getting more information, maybe seeing a bigger picture, it may help her to be a little bit more comfortable.
Okay. All right. I will take all of your advice. We'll finish the call and we'll go to the next appointment. Okay? Let's get it done. Johanna, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so with your permission, Johanna, what we're going to do is I'm going to get you this email in the next few minutes. There's about 7 questions on it, give you a chance to get comfortable with it, and then with your permission, you can answer as many of them as you're comfortable with, and the ones that you don't have answers to, would it be okay with with you if I take you tomorrow to my business, to the website, and we'll go through it piece by piece and identify the answers so you can prove to yourself and verify them and jot them down on your notes?
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Would tomorrow about the same time work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one last thing. Because you know I'm not a salesman and I'm not a telemarketer, and all of this is to help you because you're really looking for some guidance here. After I send you this information tonight, if you don't email me if something comes up and you can't make it, would it be all right with you? I'm not going to chase you and call you back because this is all for you.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Okay with me.
Okay, bless you. Do you have any questions?
No, I'm anxious to take a look at it and see what it is that you've got, so it'll get me a little bit closer to understanding what I would need to do.
All right.
What it's about.
Were you comfortable with what we did tonight on our short conversation?
Yeah.
What were you uncomfortable about?
Fine. Pardon?
Was there anything you were uncomfortable with?
Not really.
Okay. Do you think you could do what you and I just did tonight if you were supported and shown how to do what we did tonight? Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, I think I could.
Okay. Do you think you could enjoy it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I could.
Do you like the idea of having a conversation with someone and helping them without having to sell them something?
Yeah.
Is that appealing to you?
Yes, it is.
So you see the benefits of helping people just like you do in the department store?
Yes.
Bless you. All right, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okie dokie.
Same time, okay?
Same time.
All right, and you'll have my email in a couple minutes with all my contact information, all righty?
Okie doke.
Bless you. Good night.
All right, thank you.
Okay, let's go on to Nora. Nora, are you there? Nora.
Yeah.
Okay, put the horses back in the barn. Let's go to work, girl. You ready?
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine. Are you ready to go to work?
I'm ready.
All right, Nora, this is John giving you a quick call because within the last 24 hours or so, you asked for some no obligation, free information about working from home, supplemental income, and just to make you comfortable, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm certainly not a telemarketer, and I won't ask you for any money. So, do you know what you're looking for? Have you had any success yet?
No, I really don't know what I'm looking for. I just need to make some more money.
When you say money, are we talking a whole lot of money, or $300-400 a month would make a world of a difference?
Well, no, I mean, I guess anything's better than nothing, but I'd like to see $600-800 every month.
Are you doing a job right now?
Yeah, I currently have a job right now.
And how long have you been working that job?
I've just been with this job probably about 3 or 4 months.
Okay. And how much training did you have before you started that job?
Well, they just ran me through some bare basics and some stuff to memorize, and I don't know, probably 8 or 10 hours. I just work at a fast food place right now. Is all I could find.
Okay, all right. Do you enjoy what you're doing?
Not really.
Okay. So are you looking for a short-term solution or a long-term solution?
No, long term. I'd like to find something that's a lot more fun than this.
Okay, all right. So if you made that $600-800 a month, would that replace the income you're getting now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking to replace your income, you're looking for a long-term solution, and out of curiosity, what would that mean to your family?
Well, they'd probably make them happier because I would be happier.
Would they support you in this endeavor?
Oh, yeah.
When you think of owning your own business, Nora, what traits do you think you could bring to the business to be successful?
Well, I'm good with working with people.
You are?
Yeah. I mean, like I say, the job I'm doing, I can do it just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just looking for something else besides coming home smelling like greasy hamburgers all the time.
Ah, okay. How
Go ahead.
How many hours a week would you have to work a new business?
I could probably put in 15, 20 hours.
And,
started.
And what time do you get home from work every day?
Well, the shifts vary, depending on which shift I work. You know, sometimes I work during the day, sometimes I work at night, or sometimes there's a split shift in the middle.
Okay. So on the average, would you say you're home by 5:30 in the evening?
Well, yeah, I mean, when I work the day shift, yeah.
Okay. And how often do you work the day shift?
Probably kind of varies, 2 to 3 days a week.
Okay, all right. And then when you get home, you've got to cook dinner for the family and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, all that.
Okay. So where are those 10 or 15 hours a week going to come from, Nora?
Well, I do have some full days. I'm just working part-time. I have some full days off, and some days I don't go in until like 2 o'clock and just work until 7. I mean, the hours are split. They're there. They're just never at the same time of the day.
Okay. If I said to you that your best results in working a business of your own would probably be, let's say, from 7:30 till 9 p.m., in whatever time zone that people you might be returning calls to who asked you for help, like you asked us for help, would you be able to fit that into your evening with the children and your husband and all the other family responsibilities?
Well, yeah. I mean, if that's what I've got to do, then that's what I'll have to do. I'll just have to rearrange my schedule to make it work.
Would they support you in that if you needed that hour and a half in the evening, 3 or 4 nights a week?
Oh, just an hour and a half of an evening? Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, it doesn't mean you wouldn't have other time that you could do it in your spare time, but that would be the critical time to do exactly what you and I are doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah. If I don't have to put in 5 or 6 hours of a night, I can, at one shot, hour, just a little bit over every evening, that would work.
Okay, we're going to stop and pause, Nora, with your permission.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, co-hosts, I want your opinion. I'm asking and enlisting your opinion. Based upon the energy in the voice of this individual, the attitude, the mindset, the openness, the directness, no nonsense, the commitment of long-term replacing income, do you really think it's necessary to go on any farther and not just go into the can I be successful? Because all I have to do now, I'm asking you everybody, this is what you call a good call. You can do the short version of what we just did and say, all we have to do now is summarize. So you're looking for a long-term solution. You're looking to replace your income. You've got that hour and a half or so in the evening to get started to prove to yourself it works. Would you like to test the product to make sure it has value? And then go from there. Does anybody have a thought about why we shouldn't go to this next step based upon the energy that we heard?
John, this is Marlon.
Yes, Marlon.
No, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't go ahead and proceed with going to the next step. I don't. In terms of the contrast between the two calls, I can understand why you would go ahead and try to make the effort to take the other person to the next step. But if the objective is it's a numbers game, and in the course of doing that, you want to find the kind of nuggets that we're talking about right here. Between the two calls, I don't understand why you would waste your time, sending information to the previous call, because that would be like yanking teeth as opposed to this one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, any other comments from any of the other co-hosts? Thoughts, suggestions?
Well, she wouldn't have had the information because you wouldn't have sent it, or would you send it right away and then ask her to open it?
No. What I would do is we would still do the can I be successful. We would still answer the questions, but all I would do is I would cut the discovery dialogue. I would stop right now and just summarize because I don't see a reason to continue on discovery. She's told us everything we need to know.
But you still won't go on to the Can I Be Successful right now?
No, I'm going to take her to the next call. Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to get her that information in the email like we do, and then get back to her within 24 hours. But I'm going to summarize before I ask her this to make sure that she'll show up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
I guess what I'm asking you is if we went on this call together and this was happening to you, would you recognize the fact that this prospect doesn't need any more of this discovery because they've been so open and so direct and so positive that you're not going to jump to the opportunity, but the Can I Be Successful is the right direction to go because this person is representing that they're ready.
I'd say so, yes.
Okay. All right, let's go back to Nora and go to this and get this finished up. Nora, are you there?
Yeah.
Nora, we've had a good little chat, and if I said this is exactly what we do in working a business, do you think you could be comfortable doing what just you and I just did right now?
Yeah, I learned how to do it.
Okay. If I understand you correctly, you're looking for a long-term solution, is that right?
Yes.
You're looking to replace your income right now at the factory?
Yes.
You need $600 to $800 a month, is that right?
Yes.
And working your business an hour and a half during the week, Monday through Thursday, would fit into your family schedule?
Yes, it would.
And you like to work with people?
Mm-hmm.
You have patience?
Yeah.
And do you come up with excuses very often?
No, not real often.
And do you finish what you start?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I make up my mind to do it, I'm going to do it.
All right. I would love the opportunity to pursue this conversation with you, and I cannot thank you enough for your honesty and your straightforwardness. Here's the next step with your permission, and if it meets with your approval, this is the step we'll take, okay?
Okay.
The next step is I'm going to send you an email in a few minutes which has a bunch of questions on it that you need answers to before you even try the product, even though it's no risk, or even consider the opportunity because you need to know what's expected of you, how you work the business, when you do it, what you do, what a budget's like, what a business plan looks like, what kind of support you have, and to get all of this answered to your satisfaction. So if you do decide to make a decision, it's the best possible decision you could make. Is that step something that would interest you?
Yeah, but you just opened a can of worms here. You're talking about money. What kind of money are we talking about? What product? You lost me now. What are you talking about?
Well, you said when you interviewed you had $400 to start a business. And if I showed you how you could start a business and the product with less than 1/4 of that, would you let money hold you back to help yourself with this $600 to $800 a month problem?
No, probably not.
So if you had the money, would you do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put the money on the back burner so you can prove to yourself first, before you spend any money, that it's worth it. How does that sound?
Okay, you said something about product. What are we doing with product?
Well, you said you wanted wellness, and so when we talk tomorrow and we fill out these questions, I'm going to show you the products, show you the benefits. We'll discuss how they may or may not benefit you. And if you see one of the products that you like and you'd like to try it, you can try it with absolutely no risk, 100% money-back guarantee. No risk whatsoever.
Okay, I would have to pay for them first, though, right?
Well, you could choose just one product, so you wouldn't be talking about a lot of money.
Okay. Now, I don't have a computer at my house. I have to run up to the library. You're going to be sending this via email?
Yes. You don't have a computer at home?
No, not right now.
When will you be able to get one? Or borrow one?
I've been using a friend's and going up to the library.
Okay. I've got to be really frank with you. It's going to make your job really hard without having access to a computer.
Well, I have access to one. I just don't have one here while I'm sitting at my house tonight.
Well, if you needed to get information, would that mean you'd have to go to the library every night to get your information?
Well, or over to the next door neighbors.
Okay, okay. But you could retrieve it every night if you had to, and it wouldn't be a huge inconvenience for you.
Correct. Yeah, I can get it.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. And then after you get a commission check or two, you go out and buy yourself a $200 used computer, and you'd be ready to go, right?
Yeah, that would be awesome if I could get a computer.
Well, you can buy used ones that are refurbished for around $200.
Yeah, I've been eyeballing them, but they're just out of my reach right now.
Well, we got to earn you some money in order for you to be able to afford that. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Would that put a smile on your face?
Yep, it already did.
All right, bless you. Okay, then I'm going to get this information out to you tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, and we'll focus on getting these answers and making sure this all fits you.
Okay, except for tomorrow night I work the evening shift. Can we do this tomorrow during the day?
We certainly can. What time would be best for you?
At 10 o'clock.
Okay, you got it. Now, of all the things we discussed in this few minutes, what was most appealing to you?
Well, the fact that it sounds like maybe there's some hope. I can actually do something here.
Okay.
And be able to get myself out of this mess I'm in.
So hope is very important to you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
It's the next best thing to being there.
Okay. And if we work on this very carefully to eliminate the risk, would that add a lot to the hope? Would that do a lot for you?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Looks like we got a good reason to meet tomorrow then, don't we?
Yep.
Now, because I'm not a salesman or telemarketer and all of this is being invested in you, does it make sense tomorrow when we get together, if you don't show up and don't give me an email letting me know that we need to reschedule it, that I don't chase people? In other words, this is all for you tomorrow. It's special being done just for you to help you, so you really do need to let me know if something comes up, okay?
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Yeah, will your contact information be on there? So
Absolutely.
If I may not be able to email you, I may have to call you. Okay.
There you go. You'll have my cell phone number, my office number, everything.
Okay, great.
If we have to reschedule, it's okay, but I just need to let you know that because I'm not a salesman, I don't chase people. This is all about you tomorrow. It's being done specially for you.
Oh, just for me?
That's right. There's going to be nobody on the call but just you and me.
Oh. Well, that's pretty awesome. Never have had that happen before.
Okay, well, I'll look forward to it, and I hope you enjoy it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bless you. Good night. Okay, co-host, any comments or suggestions?
I liked when you wanted to summarize everything they said. I've done that at other parts of the discussion, but not at the end of discovery. So I like that.
Okay. Anything any of the co-hosts you would want done differently? Any suggestions? Yes.
One thing earlier, I don't like using the word opportunity. I would rather say business.
Okay. That's a preference item, and I respect it, and I think you should use what you're more comfortable with, and I agree.
I think opportunity is overused.
Well, when you put it that way, you just might be right. I think everybody needs to take heed of that suggestion. I agree with you. Where would I be without the co-host? Bless you. Thank you. Anybody else have a suggestion? Okay, I'm open up the floor for questions.
All callers are unmuted.
Who would like to ask the first? Who wants to ask the first question?
Oh, well, this is Vivian. I thought she felt, this Vivian?
Yes.
Hi, this Vivian.
Yes.
I thought she felt very secure when you was talking to her. At least I felt that way when you was talking to her. She felt real secure. She felt like she had an opportunity to look forward towards something tomorrow, especially when you at the end she's looking towards tomorrow when you say that I guess I kind of smiled when you said that you don't chase her because you did call me. So she's looking forward to you calling her tomorrow. And with the hope, I think she's looking towards you gave her something to look towards I think she got something, to look towards something tomorrow.
Well, what we did, I agree, Vivian. I mean, don't we all agree that most of us have raised a child or two, and how many thousands of times in your childhood have you said, now we're going to do this tomorrow, but if you don't do your homework tonight, and you don't brush your teeth, don't ask because we're not going to the ball game tomorrow. Well, if they want to go to the ball game, you can bet the homework's going to get done and the teeth are going to get brushed. Because it's something they want.
I'm not going to chase you and you're like...
That's right. I'm not going to tell you to brush your teeth, sweetie. And I'm not going to sit there and stand over your shoulder for you to do your homework. You got to take responsibility. I mean, all of you parents have doctor's degrees in this already. You're experts. You're masters at communicating with your children. There's no difference in communicating with them.
I look forward to it.
That's right. So work with your prospects the same way. Tell them the truth. It will be amazing the wonderful connecting you can do when they feel that you truly understand them, you care, and you tell them the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions before we call it a night? We're running out of time on our tape.
John, this is Damien.
Yes, sir.
If the word possibility is overused, he supplements the word chance or... opportunity is overused. So we use the word chance or the word possibility in replacement.
I don't understand which...
I think so, because what I was referring to about opportunity was when I tell you about my opportunity, instead of saying that when I tell you about my business, or when you're referring to it, you talk about a business, not an opportunity.
Yes, that's right.
We're talking about a business. However, you still have to provide them with something to look forward to. So if they have a chance to look forward to or a possibility to look forward to, then aren't they more motivated then to come to the next call?
Yes, but I don't understand the points you're making. Help me to understand.
I'm only trying to verify that other words can be used. If not the word opportunity, what other words can we use in place of it? That's all.
The word Barbara suggested.
Opportunity was talking about the business.
Yeah. Instead of using the word opportunity, say, we'll discuss the business and how the business works. How the business works.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Damien. Bless you. Say hello to your mom for me.
Will do.
Anybody else have a question?
John, this is Mark.
Yes, sir.
After you got her to commit to accepting the, looking forward to the material that you were going to send her, and that she committed to the time to follow up, you asked some additional questions outside of I'm not going to chase you. Personally, and of course everybody else on the call would be different, but personally I would want to just get off the call and use those other questions that you were using in terms of some additional discovery in my next phone call. Does it matter, or are those questions that you asked at the end, are they significant, or are they an important part of this process that we're talking about?
They were critical to the clarification that she understood and that I understood what she wanted. So we didn't go to the next call and lose her and she didn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, Marlon?
Yeah.
Okay. We've run out of time, everybody, so I'm going to wish you all a great week. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next week.
Okay, good night.
Good night, Johanna. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.